How's it going, folks? Brian Blessing in Las Vegas here at BangTheBook.com. Looking forward to Week 2 in the NFL and the adjustments from the odds makers and from the betting public, for that matter. And we get some Friday night games. And the tipping point here could be a Friday night game that impacts what you think about a Saturday game. Always trying to be in look-ahead mode. And some people believe in this, some people don't. I'm a horse racing guy. The class and the company you keep matters. I say this when we get to bowl season, be it March Madness. If conferences are succeeding or floundering, I think there's something to be said for that. So let's go to these two games on Friday night. And first of all, we'll start with Marshall and Boise State. Boise State, 11-point favorite. The total on the game is 55. Marshall comes up with a pretty solid win over VMI, 56-17. They put a lot of points on the board. Isaiah Green threw 4 touchdown passes in that game. So they've got an offense. Boise State beats Florida State 36-31. And that inflates this number. There's no doubt about that. But right out of the gate, you've got to take into account that is a massive, massive letdown spot for Boise State. They put a lot of eggs into that Florida State basket, now come home feeling good about themselves. When you think Marshall just handily won their game, being moderately vanilla, and have some things in store for Boise State. It's an intriguing matchup. The number's a little bit on the high side. And again, that's adjustments and what you last witnessed, and that was Boise State with a big win. But they are kids, and clearly a letdown could be in the cards. Now, the thing I'm intrigued by is the Wake Forest-Rice game. Wake Forest is laying 18. The total on the game is 57.5. Wake Forest beat Utah State. I think Utah State's going to be semi-decent this year with Anderson back there. 38-35 was the score. So there were points galore. And now they take on Rice, who was involved in a 14-7 slugfest with Army. Well, the total on this game is 55.5. And the reason I'm looking at this game in relation to Saturday is what was going on in that Army game. And now, generally speaking, the military academies are very disciplined, focused, but they're human beings nonetheless. And Army's a program that's really heading in the right direction. It's well within the realm of possibility that Army was looking past Rice to take on Michigan. Now, we'll see how Rice plays in this game. If they're competitive, they cover the number, maybe they pull off a monster upset. But if Rice plays well in this game against Wake Forest, I think it flatters Army. I do think Army was in look-ahead mode. And you look at Army taking on Michigan, catching 23 points, 23.5 in some places. The total on the game is 46.5. Don't forget, it is tough for anybody. I don't care who you are. Michigan beat Middle Tennessee State 40-21. That defense looked a little sketchy for Michigan. And the bottom line is, in 1 week's time to prepare for the Army wishbone offense, it is not easy. So I'm looking at Army thinking they're pretty live against Michigan, but I'll be very closely monitoring the Rice game to enhance and formulate and secure that position come Saturday. Always a great time to be with you. BangTheBook.com. Loving college football. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Don't forget, you can listen to the Sports Betting Podcast with our good buddy Adam Burke right here at BangTheBook.com.